Hey everyone, and welcome to another video here on the channel. Today I want to talk about XDefiant, a game that has had a rough go in its development. I played the beta, I believe it was last June, so almost a year ago now. And after playing the tech test, which is available this weekend, I want to give my thoughts on it. And unfortunately, in my opinion, I think this game, whenever it comes out, will be very short-lived, because still, about a year later, the game is in a very rough spot. Now, I understand it's a server test and everything, but last year, some of the big complaints about this game were with the connection and hit detection, and in this new server test, the same problems exist with desync and hit detection being awful, which isn't a good sign, especially considering the delays this game has already been through. A lot of the time, you will get shot around corners in XDefiant. You'll get into a gunfight, take some damage, and dip around a corner thinking you just barely survived the encounter, only to die when you are very clearly behind the wall or corner. Shot her on the corner, hey! This is an issue that was a problem with Call of Duty Black Ops 1 in particular. I remember it was really bad in that game. And that was a game from 14 years ago that relied on peer-to-peer hosting technology for its network infrastructure. So yeah, the servers and netcode are pretty bad. Now, I personally haven't run into issues with my bullets not counting or anything like that, but I have seen clips from other people of them putting in a half a mag into someone and it just not registering half the shots, which is obviously a massive problem in a PvP shooter game. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this is some sort of easy solution to fix because it's probably not. I'm not a network engineer. However, this absolutely cannot be an issue in a shooter game in 2024. If the game releases and it still has these problems while trying to compete with other shooters on the market, then it will be dead on arrival. Especially because network problems are not the only issues this game has. I honestly just don't think the game is very good. Nothing about it is done exceptionally well enough to make it stand out in the crowd. The gunplay is average, the movement is akin to a poor man's Call of Duty, you have the slide canceling and bunny hopping BS that all the G Fuel snorters will abuse, which gets old very fast, and hero shooter abilities, which I will get into, that are also annoying as fuck. The weapon balance itself is subpar at best also. Being brutally honest here, I think the only reason this game even got popular to begin with last year is because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was so god-awful in almost every aspect that people were just so thirsty for a game that felt like OG COD again, and XDefiant came in and quenched that thirst for people. Let's say you were hungry and wanted a cookie, and for a whole year, you were instead given a turd that resembled a cookie called Modern Warfare 2, just completely unedible. Then along the way, you end up finding a slightly stale and deformed cookie called XDefiant. You know, it's nowhere near perfect, but you've been starved for so long getting fed nothing but shit that you completely forgot what a good cookie tastes like. So you eat up that XDefiant cookie, and to you, it's perfect, and you're just in love with it, and you just want more of it. But then Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2023 enters, and they finally bake up something that is actually decent, something that finally isn't a complete turd. Fresh out of the oven, a cookie that by all means still isn't perfect, but it's getting there. Now at this point, why would you ever pick up that stale, deformed cookie again when you have a new and fresh one right there? The exact same thing, just better. At this point, the only thing XDefiant has going for it is no SBMM. That is the only reason why you would ever play this over Modern Warfare 3. It's a game that tries to be like COD, and was in fact a better COD than Modern Warfare 2 was last year, but Modern Warfare 3 completely blows it out of the water with ease in almost every department. Gunplay, connection, variety, graphics, movement, animations are objectively better in Modern Warfare 3. I like what XDefiant stands for, I do. I hate skill-based matchmaking, engagement-optimized matchmaking, whatever you want to call it. It does not belong in a casual shooter. And I like that XDefiant is taking a stance against that. However, with that said, after playing the game for a few hours, I still found myself annoyed just like I would playing a few hours of Call of Duty. The sweaty movement is just as annoying, if not more annoying than this game than it is in COD, and then you have the annoying abilities and unbalanced weapons to add on to that. I don't know why companies keep making these generic-ass hero shooter elements. For the love of God, give me a mode that disables all of it. Every 15 or so seconds, I get pinged by this intel suit ability that is essentially wall hacks that outlines your character through the wall for the entire enemy team to see. And for several of the matches that I played, the entire enemy team must have been using it because the notification was going off non-stop. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? What the fucking cheese, man? And the ultimate ability of that same class is just even more OP wall hacks, but this time you get a one-shot pistol to preempt the enemies with as they walk around the corner. And there's nothing you can put in your class to prevent yourself from being pinged to the wall and highlighted either, so you're just stuck getting pre-aimed by someone every time. There's no innate ability of one class to counter it. Another annoying ass ultimate ability is the healer that practically makes them god mode. They get like double the normal amount of health and instant healing, which makes them impossible to kill while they have it active. Just not fun to play against in the slightest. God mode abilities. What a fun mechanic. I'm about to get my ults. Bro, that is busted as fuck! I shot him twice with a double-barreled shotgun and he still had 180 HP! Then there's a minor ability that's a one-way shield. They put it down and they can shoot through it and hit you, but your bullets will be blocked by it. There are just severe imbalances with the entire system, and I'm just over the hero shooter ability nonsense. Can we just have an arcade shooter where gunplay is the main focus, not movement or abilities, gunfights? You know, like Call of Duty in the good old days. And speaking of gunfights, let's talk more in depth about weapon and attachment balance. For the most part, SMGs run the game. There's a whole lot of MP7s being used. Anyone that's sweating their nuts off will most likely be using an SMG. Although the ACR is pretty good also. I found the M16 to be complete dog shit, at least on keyboard and mouse. It felt like a hit marker machine. LMGs feel useless. They are just slower versions of assault rifles that don't even feel like they hit any harder, honestly. Shotguns feel inconsistent or just downright awful. The only one that felt decent enough was the double-barreled shotgun. That one you can get some consistent one-shots with. The AA-12, you literally have to be in backshot range to do any damage, unfortunately. Otherwise, you're just shooting beanbags at them. And the pump shotgun, it's kind of the same thing, just really inconsistent. The snipers and marksman rifles are alright. I did have some fun with a one-shot SVD build, which you're probably seeing in the gameplay throughout this video. And oh yeah, the pistols, they all suck. The revolver can't even one-tap to the head at close range, and the Desert Eagle feels more like a desert pigeon with how weak it is.
Zone A under enemy assault.
Headshot hit marker with the Magnum, are you kidding? The weapon attachments are also the exact same stat-wise for each weapon. You'll have a muzzle that increases damage, one that increases rate of fire, some mags that increase the mag size or reload speed, give you more ammo to start with. The bonuses are all just the same on every single gun, which is kind of boring in my opinion. Although some people might appreciate this considering how complex and convoluted the COD gunsmith system has gotten. One thing I almost forgot to mention, the announcers in this game are proud graduates of Yappers University because holy shit, they do not stop talking with quips or just random nonsense. I'll get one kill and my guy will be like, wow, you're legendary, man. Or the announcer will say like 8 lines back to back. You'll be like, capture the zone's captured. You're locked in, Phantom. I'm getting kills. Hey, Phantom, nice wiener. Like, shut the fuck up, goddamn. I had to go in and mute the voice line audio in the settings after a few matches just to stop the yap.
Hostiles are having a bad day. I'm getting kills. Secure all the capture zones and keep them that way. We're losing. I'd comment, but it wouldn't be safe for work.
One positive thing I will say about this game, the maps are overall pretty good. They are aesthetically pleasing, they flow well for the most part. It's definitely one of the better parts of XDefiant. Overall though, it doesn't feel like much has really changed since the last time I played this game. And you have to wonder, how is this game going to survive when it does come out? If it ever does. Think about it, let's say they release XDefiant around the summertime, around June or July. Well, guess what? Black Ops Gulf War is coming, and that game will likely be announced by then with a beta drop date, so all the hype and attention will once again be going to Call of Duty, especially with it being a Treyarch game, which people are typically fond of. And if they wait even longer than that and release it in, say, September or October, well, that's Call of Duty beta time, so again, all the attention is going to be on that. The fact is, not having SBMM is just not enough to hold up a game if everything else is subpar about it. Not to mention, it's published by Ubisoft, so need I say more? Let me know what you guys think of the XDefiant beta if you had a chance to play it. As of this video going live, the test has just one more day left, so you can still try it out if you'd like to. It's free on all platforms. And if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more content. I also want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.